Hey, welcome back to a very special episode of... Almost said the whole thing.
Just Weirdly Blended. My wife's looking in at us. We just started it too. Welcome back. Love you.
Welcome back.
Yeah. My wife, no, it was my wife. She was coming to check it out. See how I had it set up.
Oh, cool. All right.
Since I'm in our son's room, Leo. We're in his room. So shout out, Leo, if you hear this. Thank you. I'm using your room, buddy.
Thanks, Leo. It won't happen very often.
He has pictures of his his dad and his other siblings.
Cool. Little picture board.
Jerry Rice and Joe Montana. Gotta rip the Niners,
Yeah.
But
nice.
special edition. Part of the reason is the wife came down. She was sick. So we had some of those at-home test kits.
Yeah.
So she just, it's funny because she was just like, I'll just test. Because she took the day off from work previous because her throat was kind of sore.
Yeah.
So she took the day off, and then they were like, oh, it's just a sore throat. That's fine. That's not a symptom, apparently.
Yeah.
When everything's a symptom. So she was like, she ends up taking it, and it comes back positive.
Yeah.
Yep. So she was like, well, fuck, what do I do? I'm like, just don't say nothing. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I said that, but I said it jokingly,
just
obviously.
Play dumb.
Yeah. COVID?
Yeah.
So she tested. So I tested, obviously, since, she's my wife, kind of sleep next to her. But she always, anytime she's sick, she won't kiss me, like on the, she'll kiss like my neck or my cheek or something.
Gotcha.
And
tries to keep you safe.
Yeah, and I'm always like, who cares? But she actually did really good. She didn't.
Yeah.
So I tested, and I was fine.
Yeah, you had 2 negative tests, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Whiskey and video games. I mean, what I'm going to tell you guys, whiskey and video games, that'll get you through it all. Apparently whiskey, though, for a sore throat.
Yeah.
Warm whiskey.
I wouldn't doubt it. It's nature's first medicine.
Warm whiskey with like lemon and something else, but you heat it up. You actually heat it up. I'm like,
almost like boil it.
Ugh. Whiskey warm's tough already.
They almost need to just make it a frozen drink if they can. But you said video games, and I have some news.
Did you get it?
That front.
Oh yeah. You will not be disappointed.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to play it yet, but I got a 4 terabyte hard drive to go with the PS4.
Perfect.
And I bought this, and so it took about 3 hours to transfer all the data from the hard drive itself over to the external hard drive.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty easy, though, huh?
Oh, yeah. It was like no big deal. This one formatted itself. It was all ready to go. So I just had to let it do its thing for like 3 freaking hours, and then later tonight, I'll probably try to play a little bit, see how it goes.
Right. You should send me your guys' name.
No, I will.
Your player name.
I'll be able to do online play and stuff.
I think there's an online portion. I'm not sure, but that way we're just friends on there. You know what I'm saying? Oh, a bucket drink. Nice.
We'll do that. Yeah, I love these guys. Delicious.
Yeah.
Usually I do the whiskey. Tonight I just felt like Coors. I haven't had Coors in a while. So it's been a minute since I've had beer. I think whiskey's a little safer. Yeah.
I've been having about a glass the last couple nights.
Yeah,
I've had but I mean, I haven't gotten like drunk or anything. I just glass of whiskey as I'm playing my game.
Yeah, that's kind of what I do. Just a glass or 2 here or there. All day long.
All day long. Glass or 2 every hour. On the hour.
Yeah, but it looks like a really cool game. I took Elliot to GameStop today.
Oh, nice.
He actually wanted to go to GameStop, so I bought him a little plush Baldy toy.
Oh gosh.
He's
probably ready
all day long. Yeah, he's been holding it and making it talk. He's like, "Ow, Baldy,
hey,
get out of my way."
you got that wrong.
I actually grabbed Baldy by the neck at one point because he was making him tell me like to leave the room, and I grabbed him and I'm like, "Shut up, Baldy!"
Baldy.
It was.
Does he play? Has he played that game? Has he played Baldy?
I played a little bit. I had a kid I worked with a few years ago in the behavior program that would walk around with anytime he'd have a ruler for an assignment, he would get up and start walking around like that.
Like Baldy,
just like at random kids that didn't know him at all. He was a fun kid, but he just as awkward as he could, just walk up to people like smacking his hand with
That's
the ruler.
awesome.
Like, all right, buddy, go sit down.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So Baldy's been a staple in our household.
Yeah.
And Granny. They have Granny plushies. They've got
Hello Neighbor
character. Is there? Yeah, Hello Neighbor. I think they had that plushie.
JJ's into Huggy Wuggy.
Huggy Wuggy?
Yes.
I haven't heard of that one yet.
Yeah, he's like
Huggy Wuggy was a bear? Or
that's what I've always known Huggy Wuggy.
Yeah,
Huggy
maybe
Wuggy.
we've talked about this. I feel like I've asked that before.
But it's like a blue monster looking thing.
Okay. Huh. Interesting. Oh, yeah, I know like the Five Nights at Freddy's guys because the kids have been watching that for a few years. But man, it's just crazy. I can't keep up with it.
Yeah. No, they do the Five Nights. Can you hear me through your headphones?
No.
I'll just do the speaker.
I hear you through external speakers, but it ends up sounding great on the recording. So
okay, because I'm like I can hear myself.
Can you?
There's a couple times. Look at that. We're doing troubleshooting on air.
Yeah, if anybody wants to know how to do this on air.
Yeah, like so I can hear myself through your speakers. I can hear it come through.
Driving you nuts. I don't know if I can maybe try like
No, if you turned your speaker down, that'd be the only thing I can think. Like the speaker on the computer itself.
Yeah. Ooh, I wonder if I can try that. Let me see.
Just the bottom right. You know, we're always, this is what you do, podcasting, keeping it real. We keep it real for you guys. I'm surprised my camera doesn't look so bad, though.
Yeah. No, not too bad. It's always ideal when we can actually like be in the same location together. We have in all of COVID history, we have not had this happen yet.
No.
And
I get you guys want to be safe, and I get that.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's just work. If I get it, I got to be out 10 days. They said 5 days for everybody, but if you work in a school, it's still 10 days. Which I just...
Yeah.
I don't quite get, but okay. I mean, whatever. The rules are the rules, I guess, but...
Yeah. My work was like...
We just survived a snowstorm.
Snowstorm 2022. Yeah.
Man, a day and a half of school canceled already in 2022. So,
is it going to snow more though?
It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's pretty well cleared up for the next week. If you live like over on the East Coast, it looked like maybe it's all shifted that direction.
I just wonder if there's going to be more snow in the future.
I don't know, like late, like into February and even some March. Like that's what's kind of happened over here in the Pacific Northwest. The last few times it snowed. So hopefully not right now. Everything's looking, for the weather report, everything's looking very dry right now. I haven't noticed any moisture out off the coast of
Puerto Rico.
Here.
Well, no, either one works pretty good.
Either one in in Eastern Washington. From what you're seeing over here off the coast, we have a lot of moisture right over China currently.
I know, and they always have the little black thing.
Yeah, right. You ever click to the next scene? Being a weatherman would be so dope, I think.
It'd be cool. I just seen a weatherman blooper.
Yeah.
He was like, he said something about triple D's.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, triple digits.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You hear the news anchor. Oh,
D's today, huh?
Oh, Roger.
Guys.
I don't know if the news lady had big knockers or not, but
they got back to the table and she's got huge knockers.
Isn't that that's kind of a funny word for boobs, knockers.
Knockers, I know.
You got some knockers. Me and Alicia did this.
Still really use that word? I don't know.
The other word, because I remember we talked about was it coochie, right?
Coochie.
Yeah, cooter.
The good old cooter. The cooter. I love to believe that they still use that word in the South.
Goddamn cooter stinks.
I smelled your sister's cooter last night.
No, me and Alicia were in the car, and we just, I don't know what we were doing. We were going off saying something about cooter. Oh, that cooter. Oh, goddamn, her damn cooter stanky. And Cheeky and them are like, what the hell? What are you guys saying? What's a cooter? You don't know what a cooter is? Goddamn.
You don't need to know what no cooter is.
I had a cooter bite me in the finger one time.
Uncle Earl lost half an arm to a cooter.
Cooter? That's a funny word, though.
That's a good word. Didn't we say tallywhacker?
Tallywhacker. You said your dad used that one.
My tallywhacker done got the syphilis from that last cooter.
That's like not Arkansas true. Or something.
Yeah, where my father's people were from. I
Yeah.
used to get so mad. My dad would call us all Arkies because his dad came from Arkansas. I'm like, dude, it's been a generation. I'm good. We're not.
Hey, one of the best presidents ever was in Arkansas.
Yeah, Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton
Came from Little Rock, Arkansas.
I put a cigar right up her cooter.
Let me tell you one thing. My tallywhacker loves looking at a cigar up a cooter.
I better not even talk about Bill Clinton. I'll end up on that list. What is it? The Clinton hit list?
Yeah.
There's like a list, basically. I don't know if it's a list, but people go missing. They mess with the Clintons.
Ooh.
I don't know. I've heard some pretty crazy stories. I don't know if it's Clinton related, but it's like
yeah.
You can
just say it.
There's been involvement, but like someone committed suicide, but they had 2 shots to the back of their head.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah. It's like, okay.
Yeah. The only thing I do know for sure, so I remember when like all that money was found in offshore accounts, and like a whistleblower came out and said like there's all this money in a Swiss bank account somewhere, and all these people are like hiding from the IRS and blah blah blah. And it came down to like they're about to like do something about it, and Hillary Clinton, when she was the
Secretary of State,
I think it was, she shut it all down, and we never heard a word about it. It's
of
like,
course. Well, like what? Would she bleach your emails?
Yeah.
Remember, she got investigated. She bleached her emails, which is like, I mean, you need like special IT stuff to do shit like that.
Yeah. Well, I think the sad thing in my mind is that everybody seems like we all look at it and it's like whatever we identify as the other. Like I think Hillary Clinton's kind of like the Donald Trump of like the left, right? So I just look at it. If you're in government, if you're in politics, you're probably doing some dirty shit. You know, like I think every one of them over there has probably got something going on.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
I don't know. You got your fingers in everything.
Yeah, except for Joe Biden.
I mean, you gotta.
He would, but he can't remember.
Yeah. Did I do that? I don't remember.
Gets up on stage, and then the guy that we were doing.
Yeah, man, that guy says some. He's like that he's Crazy Joe, the crazy uncle.
Yeah, it's. Oh God, yeah, it's good times at Ridgemont High over here in America.
Right. No, you're gonna like that Ghost game though. I think you really like it.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I wish like, man, do you remember like the old school games when they had like the whole like booklet inside?
Told
you.
You remember when I was telling you about when I got my PS5 and I was in line talking to those kids? Yeah. So that was actually one thing we brought up was that nostalgia of like opening up and then you have your like instruction manual and all that.
Because I will admit, it's usually just like a download now, but this is when I wanted to actually buy so I could hold the case up on the podcast and show the world what I bought. But I don't do that anymore. It's all just like advertisement.
Yeah. That's a good game right there.
So
Last of Us 2.
All good though. Yeah, Last of Us 2 and then Predator Hunting Grounds. I don't know much about that, but
Last of Us 2 is really
based
good.
on the Predator movie.
Yeah, that Last of Us. If you've never played those games,
Jesse. A storm is coming.
Yeah.
I can't wait to fight that damn storm.
And I guess one thing I didn't know is actually some of these like the inserts now, they're reversible. So there's another artwork on the other flip side of it. It's like white.
Hang on.
Or cream.
Oh.
At least the one I had was.
Not. No. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, there is a little bit. You can kind of see like a. Can you? Yeah, you see that? The little mask.
Yeah, you get to wear those.
It's not much, but it's a little bit.
You get to wear those masks and stuff in that game.
Dude, cool.
Dude,
They're like kabuki masks.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
the samurai had some cool ass armor.
Yeah, you have you like when you walk around and stuff like and do certain missions, you'll unlock some of that stuff. Like I have some armor. I got like a Ronin, the straw hat Ronins. So you get one of their outfits, and I wear that all the time. It looks cool. Dude, and you got some big hat, so you can't see anything.
Yeah,
you're just they can't see you, so you look kind of badass.
Yeah, your face is essentially hidden.
Oh yeah,
you look like a monster.
It's pretty dope.
No, it would have been so cool to be a samurai back in the day. I don't know that they would have let me. I could have probably pulled off Tom Cruise Last Samurai if I got in shape. He was pretty drunk in that movie.
That was I need to rewatch that. I don't remember much of it.
It wasn't very historically accurate.
Well,
since the Last Samurai was a white guy, but
yeah, that's why I was like,
good. I mean, it was really interesting. Remember, he was like a Civil War, like a retired Civil War, and he was like, I think he was working for like a rifle company at their shows, like their exhibitions, showing off the gun, and like he was a sharpshooter.
I thought something happened to him. He got like injured or something.
He was like, I think he was just like traumatized from the war. So he went to Japan to sell weapons. They were like westernizing in Japan.
Oh, okay.
And so they were like leaving the old ways and really working towards like this modern Japan. And so he went to teach them and train them on this new military technology, but then, met the samurai and fell in love with the samurai woman, of course. And then fought against his own
people
group.
Yeah.
I remember that. To save the beauty of, so really like the Last Samurai was the essence of like, not so much the person of the Last Samurai, but the end of the samurai to the new world,
the way it was,
technology that was coming. They had the Gatling gun. You remember that scene? They're riding up on horses with their swords, and you just hear that.
Yeah, just mows them all down.
Gnarly, man. Like, what dicks? Like just smiling, like they're coming. Hey, like,
dude, take those guns away. Those guys would have been murdered.
Would have been fucked. Let's be honest. Yeah.
So in the game,
like put them with a Revolutionary War rifle, they shoot. God damn it!
Samurai's done.
Pour the shit in, jam it down.
Samurai would
light the damn thing.
He would, cut the little bullet in half.
Yeah.
No, it's that game. It's pretty cool because it'll talk about the way the samurai and like it'll talk. I mean, I don't know how much history is involved in that game, obviously, but it's really cool the way they do it. Because you fight the Mongols, you're at war with the Mongols because he's taken over.
Right.
And so it's pretty cool, man. The fighting's pretty fun.
13th century, it says. So I'll have to go back into my Japanese history book. I have a book. I think it primarily is like looking at the. Is it the 17th century?
Essentially, so you are the last samurai in that game.
Yeah, actually, I have a book about the actual Japanese Last Samurai. I need to remember what his fucking name is, but yeah, he was pretty crazy. He ended up like excommunicated and a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, it was pretty wild.
Samurai would be crazy. I wonder if they trained from the time they were little kids.
They do. It's like it's almost like a class. Like you're born into it. So it's like servitude. They serve feudal lords. So like, somebody would control a certain amount of territory.
Yeah, that's kind of what happens in this.
They're kind of like the king of that area.
Lord you're like Lord something.
So then the samurai were like their in like the British system, they were like the knights. So there's a lot of honor and like lifelong training and things done a certain way. And that's why they were so willing to kill themselves. If they dishonored themselves or their family, they just couldn't live with it. So,
can you imagine having that much honor?
Oh man, to stab yourself, like disembowel yourself.
Like, just think about that. Like nowadays, it's like people are so like they're just full of shit and full of
Our
themselves.
children can't handle not having a cell phone for 5 minutes.
Can you imagine, like...
And they were willing to stab themselves in the stomach with a small knife, you know.
You have one of those in that game.
Not even a knife, a small sword.
Yeah, you have one in the game.
I had one. I ended up getting rid of it. It was kind of broken.
I was like looking. I think Leo might have had one in here, I thought. But in the game, you have a small one.
Yeah, the small
You
one's
have a
actually
small
called
one.
the Tana, and the long one's called the Katana. Yeah, so
It's called the what? The small one?
Facts. The long one's called the Katana.
Yeah.
And the short one's just called a Tana.
A Tana. Oh.
A Tana. So they would have sometimes like up to 3. There was a long and then sort of a medium size, and then the short one was meant only for killing yourself.
Yeah.
So
in this one, you end up learning to like sneak attack.
Yeah.
Which he hates. Like.
Yeah.
And even like one of his senseis will mention it. I've never seen someone fight like that. Like, you need to not do that. Like, that's dishonorable. Samurai don't do that. You know, a samurai doesn't lurk in the shadows like a thief or something, he says.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, but they're, you know, so they like hint on like the honorability of being a samurai. It's pretty cool, man. It's a fun ass game.
Well, I'm freaking excited. On the cover, I mean, the guy standing there, you can see his katana. He's got another katana just like out and ready to go. He's holding his mask. He's got a bow and arrow going.
Oh yeah, you use a long bow. You use a half bow and a long one.
Nice. Does he hunt and stuff, or does he just attack enemies?
You know, you can kill like there's bears that'll attack you, and dogs, and then there's like these pigs or something, dude. The pigs are mean,
like
dude.
Boars.
Yeah, damn boar whores.
Man, I'm damn excited, man.
Dude, it's cool.
My cooter ain't been this excited in a long time, let me tell you.
My cooter's moisty just thinking about it.
I just queefed from my cooter.
Queef. Who came up with that name? What's called
I'm done with the cooter.
How'd they come up with the name Queef? Like
Queef, I don't know.
Queef.
It's a good question. I mean, it's an appropriate word. It sounds like.
Well, no. See, does it sound like it's saying queef? Queef.
Well, it depends on the
or is
day.
Queef.
Like, I mean, usually when you eat, it changes like the consistency of a fart, right? What did the cooter eat last night?
Well, I should queef.
That's a silent but deadly right there.
I know. Essentially, I think that's just air getting trapped in there and it's shooting back out. I don't know.
It's really amazing.
I don't know. Some of the stuff that we say on this show, I swear.
Yeah.
I know Alicia was...
Thank God nobody will listen.
Eventually, Alicia was like, why did you say you'll eat someone's?
Hey. Let me tell you something. That is dedication. You are just dedicated.
I'm going to win that fight. That's all that means.
That's it. I don't care. If I have to eat a dick to win the fight, I will win that fight.
That's all that means. It's you or me.
That would be an epic wrestler conversation. Wrestlers just holler out, I'll eat your dick.
That's his finisher. The headbanger.
Picks him up like he's gonna body slam and then just starts.
Oh!
I'm gonna see if you can do that in Elliot's like wrestler game.
Look like you're motorboating his crotch. Just motorboat his crotch.
The crotch muncher.
No, I don't know.
Man.
But yeah, no, I mentioned to you that I just got tickets to the father-daughter ball. For those people out there who don't know, like, I think like all cities might do this, but every year, I don't think last year, I don't think in a couple years actually.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
I remember doing it last year,
but
the year before we were going to, and then they canceled.
Yeah,
it, remember?
And then they didn't do it last year.
And they just canceled it all out.
I don't think they ended up not doing it at all. But yeah, usually it's a father-daughter ball. You know, like it sounds, you take your daughter to go dance and like a little date. Yeah. And
it's pretty cool.
Me and Tom, like I used to take Elena for a while, and then I remember when you came in, Like, you wanted to. And then I was, at that time, like, nope. I remember telling Blanca, she was like, would you be okay with that? I'm like, not really.
I felt so weird about that. Cause
I was like, not really,
not
because I go, that's kind of our thing. You know, that's how I was saying it. But then, like, then I started thinking about it, and I was like, you know, he's a part of her life. I mean, he might as well, you know, like, it'd be nice for him to, you know, enjoy that too. And I don't feel awkward
with her, because she was the one that brought it up to me too. She's like, "You want to go, don't you?" I was like, "Well, I mean, I wouldn't not go, but." And so when she asked you, I was like, "No, I had no problem with that." I was like, "Honey, this is why I didn't want you to ask, because it just makes it weird."
Yeah, no, it wasn't weird. She didn't, because I told her no. And so at the time, like, you know, like, I was like, nah. That's my thing. And then, like I said, then I kind of started thinking about it, and I was just like, I didn't want, you know, is it selfish? It's selfish for me, but it'd be nice for my daughter to have a relationship like that with you as well. So it's like, and then now we just always do it.
Yeah.
Like,
well, we became better friends too. I think that came up before we were really like actually friends.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, you're right. It did.
It would have been a little more awkward back in those days.
Well, one of the years I went with Leo, with the girls' dad.
That. Yeah.
With Leo's dad.
Yep.
Then I went with him, and it was weird because I didn't really know him, and I think at the time, he was always very cordial, so I don't, you know, he never had an issue. I just don't know how he felt. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I gotcha.
Because I know at one point he thought it was weird the way we have the relationship, right? But then, but then I think just it was like Cheeky's 13th birthday or something. He came to Arsadia's 18th. I don't know. Either way, he came. Was
that when you were barbecuing down there at the bottom of the driveway?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, that was the first time I remember meeting him.
But you know, he's cool now. He doesn't. It's not as weird now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bite.
Well, that's a story for all of you out there. You know,
I'm not gonna bite.
You may think that it would never happen, but you could be friends with the person that you never thought you could be friends with.
And you don't even, you know, by chance we just happened to like a lot of the same stuff, and we became best friends that way. But
yeah.
You don't necessarily have to be best buds, you know what I mean? No. But I don't see why you can't have that, you know. You can't have your your daughter's or your stepdaughter's parent in their, you know, other parent around. I mean,
right.
It's about the kids in the end of it.
Work on that, and
you know what I mean? It's about the kids. And when you're being selfish in the sense where you don't want to do that, like that's because there's, you know, your kid's gonna be, I want my dad to be at this party, but stepdad or dad is like, nope.
Gonna be, if you're tense against one of the adults that they have to have in their life, that's going to put pressure on them to feel a certain way one way or the other. If they don't feel that way, they're going to be guilty. If they do feel that way, they're probably going to feel guilty. So
now, do you think it's easier for men than women? You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably. From my limited experience, just being a man and only going through this one time,
just in sense, like,
I think it depends on the guy though, because you know, like those real like macho dudes. I don't know, but
no, you're right. I think it just depends. I don't know who would have. I know some women are like, it's, you know, they're very protective over their kids.
Yeah.
And so
I think as a mother,
they get mama bear.
Hard
like, I don't want that bitch around me.
I'm your mom. I'm your mama. Come on.
Yeah, I think one thing too, and luckily this never happened between me and Blanca or anything like that, or even Alicia for that matter, is like bad mouthing the other parent to the kids.
Yeah, right.
Like, even if you
really putting the kids
even if you don't want it to be a thing, like, you don't want this to happen. You never badmouth. It's
right.
There's no point, really.
Yeah.
Let the kids in the end. The kids are gonna find out how the parent is, or
Exactly.
If
there's no true statement there.
You know?
Yeah.
In the end of it, the kid's gonna see, oh, my dad or my mom is a piece of shit.
Right.
No wonder why, they left or whatever.
Yep. They can say whatever they want. At the end of the day, the kids are smart enough to know exactly what went down.
And I think a lot of it too is like the kids, like as a parent, like obviously you're not acting that way at your kids. You're acting that way at the adult. So,
right.
You don't want to, if you're going to harbor feelings, you need who cares, man? Just leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's really it. When you have those couples that can't do it, I think there's some residual feelings there.
Oh, for sure.
They haven't moved through, and that doesn't allow them to move on and do what they need to do. I actually was shocked. Kiddo in my class, and I think somebody that you kind of know, I won't name names, but it sounds like this family did something that we would very easily do. They went on a blended family trip.
We've done that
last week. So both sides with their new spouses and
that's cool.
Whoever else is involved all went on a vacation, which I thought, well, how cool. So just in our town, there's at least 2 different groups. They may not be best friends, but they were cool enough to be together.
Remember, we went camping. We all went camping and stuff.
Oh, we've gone camping more than once.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean. Like, we've done it. Yeah. We've done that. Same. We haven't gone to Six Flags or some crazy ass thing, but
no, mainly because of the expense. But who knows? There's a lot of time ahead.
But I don't know. I think it could happen if you're adults.
Yeah.
If you're truly an adult about it, it could happen. Obviously, I think it would be hard if one of the ex-parents still had feelings.
Yeah, I don't see how that could
You know what I mean? It would be weird if there were feelings for the ex there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That would lead to trust.
I don't think you and I be where we're at if I had feelings for Blanca or vice versa. Right. You know what I mean?
Because on either side, there would be jealousy and some frustration there. How would you be friends with somebody if it's oh, are you here to see me or are you here?
Oh, you just want to see his ass, don't you?
I want you to want me, Jesse.
No, but that's true though.
But neither side would really ever be able to trust each other, so that would make it very difficult. And I think that's really what's probably going on in those situations where they aren't able to be friendly or cordial.
Yeah.
So at that point, I don't know. I guess you just got to figure that out, work it out.
And I don't know. It worked out for us, I think, for a reason.
Yeah.
We got this.
I'm happy with the way things.
We got this just weirdly blended thing going.
Yeah.
It's it's going.
It's going. Episode number 18, I do believe.
Oh, it is 18. 2 more.
Number 18. We've been doing this since August?
August or September.
August or September.
Yeah,
so,
I want to say September.
Elena's birthday. I think we already established that on one of the former episodes.
I think you're right.
We just cannot remember to save our lives.
You think we were stoned?
You would think.
Man.
We had a few drinks, but...
I look stoned sometimes on these cameras, though. I think I got natural chinky eyes, though. So
me too, man.
What's that? God, what's his name? The comedian. He's always and he was in Half Baked.
Oh yeah, Tommy Chong.
No.
God damn it,
not Tommy Chong.
Baked is not.
He's fuck. I can't remember his name. It'll come to me.
His name.
It'll come to me.
I mean, Tommy Chong used to do that too, but he wasn't in Half Baked. What the hell's the guy's name?
Who was in Half Baked? Hey Google. Who was in Half Baked? Jim Brewer.
Yeah. That's right.
Jim Brewer.
He's funny.
Jim Brewer was funny.
Didn't he have a joke one time where he said he wasn't even stoned and it didn't matter? He just looked stoned.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I guess he didn't even smoke.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Was it that he never smokes? And people just think he's high all the time.
So one of my good friends, Nick, I used to think, I always had these suspicions that he was a closet smoker or something.
Yeah.
because he'd come to work and his eyes would be kind of red, and he would just be like kind of small looking, and I, and then back then, I was smoking before work and stuff, so I would see him and I'd be like, being a stoner, I'm like, he's stoned. I know he's stoned, man.
Gonna meet me out.
I never asked him, but over the years, just getting to know the guy, like, yeah, he's asthmatic and definitely not a smoker.
It was hay fever.
It's
either weed or weeds.
Yeah, it's probably weeds. But hey, edibles.
Oh, well, that's the way to go, right? That's the healthy way.
But he's a very straight-laced guy, like he's very, he's a good guy. He's very, doesn't really drink, doesn't smoke, obviously. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
He was easily probably one of my best bosses, not just because we were friends, just because he was good at his job. And
just had good leadership skills.
Yeah, he was good. Like we always, we were friends, but if there was something I needed to do, it was like, hey, I need you to get up.
Yeah, he could tell you.
Stop fucking around. But a good friend's gonna tell you if you're fucking up. You know what I mean?
Was that over at Charter?
Yeah, and I work with him now where I'm at. And he was my boss for a minute there too. So. Yeah,
right. That's right. Before they restructured things.
Yeah, he's the one who actually told me about the job at where I'm at.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's a cool job. Man. He was a cool boss. He really, like I said, knew his shit and just I don't know. That makes a good leader if they can just split that friendship and that work.
Well, I think that's what leads to the respect is you're there for the person, but you can also tell them when, hey,
up a little bit. And I also think a real friend is going to tell you when you're kind of slipping.
Sure.
You know what I mean? You don't want someone to agree with you all the time. You do, but you really don't because you're not going to grow as a person if someone's telling you yes all the time.
That's true.
No. Be like, does this make me look fat? No, I actually, bro, yeah.
I was going to ask you, Jesse, does this shirt make me look fat?
No, it looks good, man. You look skinny.
Good. Well, that's because I'm only showing this part of my body.
Dude, I did a test recording yesterday on doing this side-by-side crap.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I
did not like it.
No. I look big. I was like, it's weird because I had this laptop and then I had my work laptop. So I was like,
So you could see sort of
my side pro, and I was like,
don't ever do the side profile. That's not good for anybody.
No. Oh, hey, I'm going to show you guys something.
Well, some people, but
so this is
dude.
So this is totally me switching gears. I don't know why. Just ADD. I don't know if I have ADD. If I do, I don't know. But you remember? So I've been renovating our dining room, kitchen, whatever, and I switched out the light bulb. Well, the old lights, they had these little glass things on top around them. Very ugly. So this is what Ziana, she did this. She made out of it.
Nice.
Because it sat like this.
Yeah.
Or actually, it sat like this.
I remember looking at those and all of us saying how much they look like Legos. So good for her.
Yeah. So she painted it yellow and then she gave it to Leo. Because the kids.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you could actually still put a light in there if you wanted to.
Oh, yeah. No, there's. So
look at that. That's cool.
Yeah. Yep. Dang. So it lights up and everything.
Wow.
I might
be onto something.
Hey, Leo, if you're listening, I'll probably text you later, but I might use this room as my gaming area. I mean, it's quiet.
Yeah.
I think I just got to watch for Sadia. Sometimes she'll come through the door right here because there's a door that leads outside.
Oh, yeah.
And so, I don't know.
Nice.
It's much warmer in this room than it used to be.
Really?
Yeah, dude. So we have a slider over here. We used to have an old one. The dogs used to come down here. And this, we had there's a wall in front of me that wasn't there.
Yeah.
Oh no, the wall was there. I'm stupid. The wall was fucking there. Anyway, there was a hole in the wall that you could see the girls' room that I ended up patching up. That's what it was.
That's sealed up. Yeah.
But the old sliding doors sucked. Like air would come through. Like there was a gap like this. I'm trying to do this.
Oh, geez.
Doing this mirror look.
Holy crap.
So air would come
Just
through.
to the outside?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
It would get cold in here really bad.
Yeah.
And so Bucket, when he was moving, he put a new sliding door at his house across the street.
Uh-huh.
And
so I had the old one.
So he gave me that one, and so then I ended up putting it in, which was a bitch. I'm gonna tell you right now. It's not done very well.
But hey, it's there.
It's there.
And it works enough to keep it warmer.
It does. I think what I needed to actually do is chip away at the bottom because they had like the way they did the concrete. I don't know. It's very uneven.
Oh, yeah.
And so I
almost have to cut it with the concrete so it sits more flush.
Yeah. So it kind of not the most straight, but it looks good. You can't tell once the door's shut. I mean,
no, that's good.
It locks.
Yeah.
The other door
just trying to get it down the track that makes it a little tough.
No. Yeah, no, because it kind of like hangs down, so you lift it up and then lock it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That's about it.
Yeah.
You know, just little things you gotta fix. Eventually, I'm gonna put a good door in that bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, it's a cool little room, man. Dude got artwork.
Yeah. Nice.
Why can't I be artistic?
What's that?
Bro, these kids are so artistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see. I'm going to try something.
I know.
I can do this because I'm using my webcam right in front of me. Let's check it out.
Oh, dang.
Just some of his artwork.
Nice.
See, there's the door. Huh? Look at
nice.
That. We need to do that to the studio.
Put the blanket down and keep all the light out?
Yeah.
Dang, dude.
Look at that. Podcast touring.
Yeah. Hey, I did. You know what? Screw it. We're off the rails anyway. Let's take a look. I did close the window.
Nice.
So, the window's closed.
Oh, you brought you had to bring the camera in closer too.
Yeah, I'm not scared of monsters coming at the window tonight.
Would it be creepy though if you were sitting there by yourself?
Oh shit, yeah. And somebody walked up, dude. I bought this book. This guy comes walking up to the window.
Dude, yeah, I'm good.
Yikes. This is a good book. I don't know if you guys out there are much readers, but this is Joe Hill, The Black Phone Stories. If you don't know who Joe Hill is, he is the son of very famous horror writer Stephen King.
Oh, nice.
And this is like the book of short stories. It's been great. I've had it less than a week, and I'm over halfway through the book. And I'm not a huge reader. For being a teacher, you'd think I read a lot more. It takes me a while to get into a book. I was into this one like right away. All the stories are interesting.
I've read some Stephen King, like the Gunslinger and stuff. I didn't read all the series, but like the first, I think, 2 books.
Yes, Stephen King books can be extremely long.
But I like Dean Koontz.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I've read a lot of his books. I'm not a big reader. I haven't read a book in.
Yeah.
Me having to think about it has been that long.
Since the Grapes of Wrath, I think.
Since what did they make you read in high school? Kill a Mockingbird.
I think the Grapes of Wrath.
I didn't think I had to read that. I think we had it.
Of Mice and Men, with what the hell were the characters' names? Like Lenny and George, right? With like the
George,
little,
hey George,
kitten,
I killed him, George.
Puppy.
Yeah, when
I want the wagon embedded and squeeze it so tight.
See, I want to read that book because the movie was actually really good. Very sad.
John Steinbeck stories I love. My favorites are Cannery Row, and then they had another one called Tortilla Flats that is in the same Monterey area as Cannery Row is supposed to take place.
Okay.
Really good stories. They're not super long, and they're written in a very interesting way. They have very interesting characters. One of the characters is a marine biologist who's a severe alcoholic, and he drives up the coast and gets a beer milkshake, which the people have to make for him special, and he has to tell them like how to make it. It's beer mixed with ice cream. You can imagine what that tastes like.
Ugh.
And it's like ends up being like lukewarm as he's drinking it. It's so he's extremely. I
swear those are two things that do not mix well.
They don't mix well.
So,
where root beer mixes very well with ice cream, it's like if you've ever eaten ice cream and had a beer, it's disgusting.
Man, so I remember I was in Oregon and they were, and this was something I've never seen either. I was in Winco in Oregon when we were in Portland visiting Alicia's sister, and they were giving out this taste test for this root beer. It was like beer, but when you drank it,
beer. It was alcoholic root beer, huh?
Yeah, it tastes, dude.
Was it good?
It was good. I mean, it tastes like root beer. Like, I'm not even joking.
But it gets you drunk.
So I wonder if a root beer float in that would be good. We bought some root beer for root beer floats.
Would.
You know what Sadia told me?
Yeah.
She said, and this might sound nasty to some people, and maybe some people have tried this, a root beer float, but instead of root beer, Sprite.
Okay. I can see that.
She says it's good.
Really, why would root beer be the only pop that would taste good with ice cream?
I don't know. I told her about this. Right. So when I used to work at Arby's, when you would change out the soda, you had it's a box of syrup, right?
Right.
This huge, like it was probably about 10 pounds or something. It's this big bag of syrup. So you'd go in there and you'd switch them out. And so what we'd do sometimes is get some of the syrup from that bag, and then we'd mix it into the vanilla milkshake mix.
Oh, yeah.
And so we would try different flavors. And I could
the straight concentrated syrup?
Yep. Yeah, so I'd make like root beer shakes. I could make Coke shakes because we were Coke products.
How was it?
It was all right. I think I tried a Sprite one, but I think it was good. I don't remember. It could be nasty. Coke one was gross. I don't like Coke flavored anything. Like Coke, I like the Coke flavored Schneef, but I don't like no, but like Coke flavored like Slurpees. Get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which sad news in the Slurpee world. The 7-Eleven, we had the world's best 7-Eleven for a Slurpee. It's closed.
How many flavors did they have there?
31 flavors, like Baskin Robbins. They had a lot.
31 flavors. Yeah, well, for that store, here's the 21 gun salute. Multiply that by 21.
7-Eleven. I love a Slurpee.
The 7-Eleven. Yeah, they did. They had a whole wall full of them.
Yeah. Well, they sold the most Slurpees, though. That's the thing. They sold the most Slurpees.
Yeah. Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, they were like the most selling Slurpees in all the land.
In all the land of Washington.
No, in the whole U.S.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Right here in good old Kennewick, Washington. Man.
Population 64,000 or something.
1,000? I mean, come on.
No, we're not that small, but
we're not that tiny.
What would you consider? What would this be? A metropolitan? No, a little smaller than that. Or what do you think?
We are.
Because the Tri-Cities, I consider the whole thing.
Yeah, honestly, if you were to combine all of them together,
it's like 200,000.
Our population's not that bad. We're probably pushing over 200,000 people altogether.
Yeah,
and we have so many little cities incorporated with that.
As Gabe would say, how many illegals though?
Do they count?
Do we count those?
Yeah, I don't know. I think the only issue I have with our cities is we are, three separate entities that don't really have one centralized area. So we just continue to grow out. We don't really have any sense of they're really working on it, but there's no sense of core super downtown or anything like that would make you feel like it was a larger city. Not that we by any means would be a large city. We can't compare with Spokane or Tacoma.
But when you think about it, Spokane, Yakima has a downtown, and we're bigger than Yakima.
They do. And if you look at it, most of these downtowns are built 100 years ago or more.
Yeah.
Our downtowns were very small. We were very rural. And if it weren't for World War II in Hanford, we would probably still be nothing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All those A-frame houses in Richland and stuff.
Yeah, Richland has the most established, as far as like size and scale downtown.
Yeah,
they have those office complexes in the federal courthouse, but they were also controlled by the federal government up until like the 80s. So,
well, they also, I think the biggest building in the Tri-Cities is a goddamn fucking hospital.
Cadillac.
Yeah,
you can see that shit from Kennewick now.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's got to be. That or one of the grain silos.
And, yeah, the one on East Kennewick. Yeah, that thing's fucking huge.
It is. That's what I mean. It doesn't. I don't think they even use it anymore, but
I don't think so. They should turn that into like an office tower or something. That'd be cool.
It's pretty cool. Hey, one thing I was thinking about, and it, I didn't have this bad boy on me, my good old handy notebook, and so I had this idea. Not idea, but I just had this like thought for the show on here.
Sure.
Our topic. Let's get that topic for the show. I guess those two can mean totally different things. But let me get centered here. So anyway, I had to keep this thought in my head for a few days because I kept forgetting to write it down.
Yeah.
And I was at the store and I'm like, what it is. And I think it's because I was in a mood where I was just like, I was pretty grumpy. I don't know. Guys out there, do you guys ever get just, whatever it is, you're just in a funk and you're grumpy and you're feeling just, I don't know. I was just in a mood. I didn't want to be around anybody. You know what I mean? I was more annoyed. My annoyance level was up. Like I had to get out of the house because I just needed that time.
Yeah.
And I didn't even listen to the radio. That's how it was. It was like I needed quiet.
Just silence.
I don't know if it's the working from home getting to me or what, but it made me think, and this is something I think guys go through, even though we don't have like a thing, but our time of the month, our PMS, I think men have like a hormonal imbalance or something at certain times in the month.
Could be.
You know what I mean?
Could be.
I really do.
I had heard at one time, and I can't quote the source, so I mean, take it for what you will, and it could be total bullshit. I had heard that men actually go through more chemical fluctuations.
I can believe it.
In any given period of time than women do. And when you really look at male behavior, I mean, there's a lot of things that we write off as not being weird that are a little bit weird.
Yeah.
Like when I rage out over like trying to fix something and then breaking it more.
Right. Or substance abuse. I was probably pretty high with men.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Drinking.
Yeah. Men deal with things a little differently, usually a little more self-destructively.
I think it's because we just hold things in.
Yeah.
And it's like I said, I listened to this thing where it's like, when you ask a guy how he's doing, he says just fine. Like he's not okay. Like that guy's going through some shit. He just, we grew up in a society where it was not okay to tell your feelings or throw it out there that you're feeling like shit. You got to be strong at all times is kind of the thing.
Yeah.
And then, I still have that feeling where I got to feel like emotionally I got to be strong for the family and stuff. And I still feel like I am. It's just, there's those weak moments where you're just, whatever reason, man, you're just in a fucking mood when you're just pissy and you're just
I definitely have those days.
That's what I mean. Like I think that's male PMS.
Where you just feel so frustrated by any little thing. And I don't know if for us it's so much like triggered by an event. Like PMS has to do obviously with the natural cycle.
That and like their hormones are like
seem to be more triggered by my internal like emotional state, specifically my my fears of myself, or like my self-loathing, if you will.
Yeah.
I actually, funny you brought this up because I had a dream a couple weeks ago having to do with, I don't think I mentioned this before, but I met somebody that I had gone to high school with, and he was very successful, like this football coach. And I was like, just ran into him at like another high school's gym. Was like, oh hey, and he's like, hey, how you doing? And like, oh, I'm good. How are you? And like, obviously you're great. You're a coach, and everyone's like waiting to film him and record him and all this stuff as this really awesome coach. And he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, nothing. Like I woke up so pissed. I'm like, I hate me.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I was in such a shitty mood all day. And I don't know. It's a very pathetic thing to be actually like to transfer into the real world and be like, this day sucks.
Well, I think it's just like you start thinking about like, you know, you just think about it like, God damn, man, maybe I don't got nothing. Maybe I'm this, you know. Yeah. Instead of like, I don't know, I do the same thing. Like there's times how I've woken up pissed off because of a dream or because, you know, you start like self-loathing,
self-deprecation and all that.
You're just
stuff.
like, God, I'm just a failure. My fucking family hates me, or like, you know, like you start going through these wave of emotions where it's just like you just feel useless. You know, you feel like you're like a loser. You know, you see these lives on Facebook, right? Mm-hmm. And then sometimes, and I think one point I not only got off Facebook because of this, but like you start seeing these lives and it's like, why? Look, I'm struggling to fucking keep the lights on or something some days, you know, like,
right.
My life sucks, but whatever.
If you compare it to this probably falsified image of what.
Well, and that's the thing you got to think about is like, some of it could be true, you know, maybe they are living their best life and that could be like, but there's so many equations to go into why things are where they're at.
Right.
But then when you really think about it, someone could be thinking the same thing about when they see shit about us or me, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then I think about, well, you know what? And this is something I'm trying to keep thinking about is like, look where I'm at now compared to where I was. And I know we've said that before, but it's something you just think about where you were at one point in your life and where you are now in that point in life. Yeah. Like there's, 180 degrees, right? You've the change, the lifestyle, like I said, I never thought I'd have a house. I got a house, you know. I can hear the kids upstairs right now. I heard little feet did.
Like the puppies.
Right? So
yeah, no, it's so true. I mean, you look at I remember, just like you're saying, the idea of being able to afford a house at one point in your life is so just ridiculously absurd. And then to actually be able to do it, and then to keep it afloat, and then to be comfortable living in that house.
Yeah. It's
a very rapid period of our lives where we go from kids trying to figure it out to adults who now are responsible for it all.
And for other lives.
Yeah. Right. And it's for most of us, it's a very short period of time. It's not like, I don't know. I mean, my life totally changed when Blanc and I met. It was 2013, and we kind of jumped into everything quickly.
That's how me and Blanca were. Or me and Alicia were the same way.
Yeah. No, we were. I mean, I hadn't even finished. Well, I finished college one time, but I had to go back to get another degree to get a job. But anyway, it turned out working out really well because I love being a teacher now, and I am a teacher. And but yeah, I wasn't actually even done with that when we were dating at first. So I wasn't finished until that spring of 2013. And then I had to wait all summer and then the first month of teaching before I ever got a paycheck. So I was pretty broke when I first got my first paycheck. I went from like a zero balance to like $3,000 in my account.
Oh, which is like, but it feels good.
You feel rich when you finally get. I had never gotten that much money at one time before in my life. Now I don't know what we would do if that's all I made, but you know, it's like, and there are people that survive on way less than that. And
exactly, that's what I mean. That's crazy. It's like when I think when I met Alicia, I was at Charter. I mean, I wasn't making a lot doing the IT thing, and I started going to school.
Yeah.
And, you know, now fast forward here, I'm like, I supervise a different job. Obviously, you get paid a lot better. And
yeah,
I don't know. I was able to, when I was at Charter, you know, people will rag on Charter, but I thank Charter for where I'm at now. You know, I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for that school and for the opportunity they gave me to actually get to work there, you know?
Right. You got the work experience, and then that led to this job.
So like, when I started going to school there, I was at the fence company installing fences. I got fired the day after I signed, you know, saying this is how much I'll pay to go to school. And then I got fired the next day, right? And I'm like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
I gotta pay, you know, it was like $450. My dad was paying another. He was helping me out. That was his thing. After we like my story with my dad, it's another thing. But after everything, like he was like, I'll pay half. I'm like, cool. And so then, but then like the president of the campus was like, hey man, I need some people to help. You wanna help out? And I'm like, yeah, I'll work, whatever you need. And so from then on,
like a work study type scenario.
No, I got paid to work.
Yeah.
But it was just like, you know, I was helping with computers or little projects around the campus because it was small at that time.
Yeah. Right.
And so, I worked full time that whole time. And he was like, yeah, it'll only be about 15 hours a week. I was working like 40 hours. Because I was like, no, fuck that, dude. I got a baby on the way. Elena was coming. Like, I was like, nah, dude, I got bills. Like, nope. And I wasn't making a lot. But then boom. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you heard, I told you about, everybody out there knows that Blanca lost her job a few months ago, and she's luckily that's all turned around and we're doing great now. But she just saw a gal on Craigslist that had posted that she lost her job and her husband doesn't get paid for another 2 weeks. They have like $40 in their account. They had frozen pipes. They had their water heater broke, and now their car stopped running. Her husband needs the car to drive to another city in the area, so it's not a walking distance for work, which is the only income they have coming in right now.
Damn.
And she's got a job lined up, but it doesn't start for a while. So it was just one of those things where it's like, it seems like when good things happen, they can come in these bunches. And when bad things happen, they can also come in these bunches.
And they do.
So just remember, no matter how bad it gets, another good day is coming.
Yeah. Wherever there's a cloudy day, there's going to be a nice sunny day around the corner.
Every pressure system brings something new, right? Like over here, right?
Yeah.
The ocean.
You're right, though, because like there will be a period where it's just like you just feel like you're getting shit on.
Go wrong, right? Yeah.
And do you think we like somehow manifest that because we're going through this struggle and all of a sudden you're just like you start just thinking about everything, and so I wonder if we manifest that.
I think some of it is perspective, and I don't think of it as like some kind of like supernatural type thing, but I think of it in the sense of like your actions beget reactions, right?
Yep.
So what you put out to the world just by the nature of interactions comes back to you. So if you don't believe things are going to work, you're not looking for the opportunity, and then you're missing the opportunity. If you're open to it, then it can kind of happen. So
yeah, I think it's when you're like,
and I don't know, and then there's sometimes it's just luck or bad luck. I think just statistically speaking, there's periods of times where things tend to work out, and that's kind of the norm. And then there's periods of time where unforeseen shit happens in anyone's life. It's not going to be all, guns and roses.
You're right, though. That's true.
So some stuff's going to kind of hit the fan. So you just got to put yourself in a position to get through that.
I don't know. You got to roll with the punches. You got to learn to roll with those punches,
Yeah. Well, and like Blanca was saying, we were able to borrow a tiny bit of money from her mom in that interim where we needed to get by for another week before her paycheck started rolling back in. We were able to do that and pay her right back. It wasn't a problem. What about people that don't have a mom or don't have anyone to turn to? That's the unfortunate thing is not everybody has somebody. Well, you could come to us.
I wouldn't.
But it's not always an easy thing to do. But
I'm not gonna lie. I get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying.
Most of us have pride, and to go to somebody and be like, "Hey,
can I borrow $20?"
Well, because you feel like a loser. I remember when she first told me, she's just like, I just feel like so defeated. Like I feel like, what did I do wrong? And sometimes it's not that you did anything wrong. It's just whatever the scenario was, it didn't work out. But unfortunately for you that's taking a paycheck, your life kind of depends on that paycheck.
Yeah.
So it's a very big thing to get over.
That's true. It is true. And I totally understand where it's like, I've been in this situation where I didn't have someone to go to, you know.
Right.
I needed money for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Part of the reason I don't have my Infinity, I don't know if you ever remember that car. I used to have this.
I don't think you had it when I met you. I don't think.
No, I did for a minute.
Did you?
For a minute. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I was with Alicia when I had it. But anyway,
Okay.
I like, you know, I went through that period where I was struggling, just trying to keep up with bills, and I couldn't pay for stuff, and I needed money, and I was like, I got to sell my car. And so I ended up selling that car just so I can pay for rent and pay for car notes. Like, well, not the car note. I don't know if I was paying Alicia's car at that time. Mm-hmm. But, like, there were things I couldn't pay for, so I was like, I need this thing's gas hog as it is. Love that car. Like, I love that car. It was so nice. Yeah. But I ended up, you know, selling it and getting money. And then I think the one thing I love about Louie is, like, you're right. Like, she's one person I've always turned to. Mm-hmm. Hey, I need help looking for a car or whatever. Right. And so she's, you know, that's how I got my Jeep. That's why I have my Jeep, is because I sold that car. That's what happened. And
I remember when you got the Jeep.
And I still have that Jeep to this day. Yeah. Oh, no, actually, no. I sold the car. I got this old truck, the 70-something GMC. And that broke down with me and Elena on the freeway.
See, that's about where I came into Blanca's life.
That's what I had. I had that, and then I ended up selling. Or no, I ended up just trashing that. Me and Gabe ended up just taking it to the dump. I got like $400 from it.
Wow.
And I got what I paid for it.
Well, there you go.
You know,
hey, that's what you call a good return on investment.
You didn't lose. I didn't lose anything. I might have actually made $50.
Hey, there you go. You actually got a return.
I might have got a return. But then that's when I got the Jeep after that. And the cool thing with Louie, she's always just been really good with me, and, like, you know, she could have easily been like, fuck you, you're not no one. You know what I mean? Not that I was ever like wrong to her or did anything wrong to her. But,
no, I know what you mean.
But
I get you.
You know, I'm not a part of her life anymore. Like, yeah, she has our granddaughter, but, you know, I'm just me. But she's always been there for me, and so I'll forever be grateful and appreciative of her. Like, I don't know, I love Louie, you know, like a mom. Like I've always said,
she'll definitely do anything she can for anybody that she cares about, and that anything.
I've always just thought this was the coolest thing. I've always thought was how they take even like Alicia as if that's their family too, you know.
Right.
I think that's...
Well, I think she really has seen, you know, the benefit to Elena, the way everything's worked out. The fact everybody gets along, as happy and as healthy as she is. You know, she was really little when you guys split.
Yeah, she was 1.
Yeah, so I mean, to her, there really was no other norm but sort of a divided household. So the fact that everything worked out where, hopefully, I mean, I don't sense that that's anything that she worries about.
She's like, no, why isn't my mom and dad together? I think that's...
It's like, what's that movie where the sisters, the twins, try to, like, get the
Parent Trap
together? Parent Trap, there you go. If she was parent trapping, that might get kind of awkward. But
it's weird. It's not going to work. I think me and Blanca are always just going to be friends, you know, like that's how we are. We're always going to be good friends, you know.
Yeah, but it is nice that everybody can be friends. And so, you know, anybody out there dealing with a tough time, or you know, maybe your relationship broke down or whatever it may be,
it can work.
Things don't always work out, right? I mean, your plan, as well as you lay it out, doesn't always come to fruition the way that you think it will, but there is a plan out there that will eventually. So Just stick with it. Because I this weekend, I've just realized how happy I am in my life. I mean, I realize that, and I unrealize and realize it over and over and over again, like anybody.
Well, yeah, because you, like, I don't know. Sometimes we forget about...
You take it for granted,
You do.
you know?
You forget.
You don't really think about just how lucky you are. And then I look around and it's like, well, you know, I'm very happy with everything, the way it's working out. And even when we went through a hard time, it was a very short-lived hard time. So I almost can't even count it as like, remember when we made it through that? You know, it's like,
that struggle, that 2-week period.
Kudos for that one. Which I give Blanca all the credit for.
Well,
she's just the type of person, like, she does not quit.
Yeah.
So,
like, now fuck this. I'm gonna... I don't know. I'm always... I don't know. I get how that is, though, because you're always thinking, like, the what ifs. And so I need to have a backup.
Right.
Speaking of Blanca, I took that quiz.
Yeah, I was actually just going to lead into that.
Yeah. Look at that. Dude, we're not even in studio and we already know where we're going.
So I looked.
How's that weird? Is that weird or what? That's just weirdly.
That's why we're just really blended.
Yeah, because I already knew. Yeah. I didn't even know he was going to bring it up. It's just, that's how we are.
So let me lead into this, and then you can tell me what your score was.
Oh, you don't want to know what my score was.
I don't want to know?
No, you don't.
Was it off the charts?
Let's just say I can see why me and Blanca didn't work out.
The exact same score?
I know.
So I was on that snow day that we had on Thursday. I was at home and I read a little bit and was like, I shoveled snow and done a bunch of other things. And so I just started YouTubing. And you know how YouTube is like that rabbit hole. It just pulls you down different roads.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I saw this video, the difference between a narcissist, a sociopath, and a psychopath. And I thought, well, that's interesting. And I clicked on it. And it's like, I was just so fascinated by this idea of the differences, like the subtle differences between the three things and what makes them, and like the type of people that you are if you have any of those attributes or whatever. And so I joked with Blanca that she was a sociopath. She ended up taking a sociopath test, and it confirmed
she is a sociopath.
She is in fact a sociopath, if you believe an online
online test.
I got like 1 point, but I don't fully believe that. I mean, I think I have some like crazy part of me, at least a narcissist part, I think. So what was your score? Because like the average range, I don't remember what the ranges were.
It was like 50,
maybe something like that.
It was probably more like 40s. High 40s.
Okay.
Yeah, the first time I did it purposely to see if I could to see where I could. But apparently I'm a sociopath.
What score did they give you?
It was like let me. You know what? Let me just take it. No, I'm just playing. It said 52.
52. Okay.
Out of 60.
So that's the lowest of the highest group. You're the least of the most sociopathic.
I'm not quite, but like I think I took it just to see if I could get a high score too, though.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Because I know you do have empathy for people.
I do, but there's the questions they ask you though.
The way they asked the questions was.
I don't have that's not where I'm empathetic. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I think the questions they ask is like, you know, like I don't know. Let me see if I can find one here.
Yeah, I vaguely remember some of the questions.
Is it wrong to cheat because it's unfair to other people? That's, you know.
And the answer was?
Is it, to cheat, is it wrong to the other person? I mean, I guess it is, but like if you cheat, you don't care about that other person, so it's like, you're like, whatever. I don't.
You screw over the wind.
Obviously your feelings aren't for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Your feelings aren't there. You're like I don't think you care in the sense like you're not feeling like when you like as a person who's cheated, like when you do that, you're not thinking of their feelings. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You're just you're thinking in the moment, like I don't care. You know, like they don't give a fuck. That's That's why.
Yeah.
Like, see, this doesn't sound like a sociopath question to me. This one, my primary life goal is to get as many nice things as I can.
Okay.
You know.
Well,
what do you mean by that? Like, I somewhat disagree with that.
I don't know if they're implying like you would go to any lengths. Like, it doesn't matter how you get them. Like, you would rob, cheat, steal those things, or if they just mean that's your number one goal, is to have the nicest things you can.
Yeah. What doesn't make it sound like that? Like, of course I want nice things. Is it my primary goal? Not really, but yeah, I would love some nice things.
Everybody wants to have nice things. I would be lying if I didn't say I really liked nice things. I love nice things.
It would be
and I like a lot of them.
Here we go. It would be distressing if I succeeded because someone else failed. I wouldn't be stressed. I wouldn't. You know what? What is distressing? What is that? What does that mean?
So, like, it would worry you. It would make you feel really bad, and you couldn't get over it. If someone else failed, okay, and I succeeded, I'm going to
give
you this promotion, but you got to go fire Bill.
If I have to, I got to.
Why do I got to fire Bill? Well, we just don't like him, and so.
But does that mean? How does that make me succeed?
You get a promotion if you fire Bill.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I feel bad. I had to fire someone. I felt pretty bad, but I don't look at it. So the way the question's asked, I don't look at it like if I had to fire someone. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mine is like, if I was in this competition, right? And this person failed, but I succeeded. I'm not feeling bad for them. Fuck that. Like, I'm worrying about me right now.
Well, yeah, and I think there's areas like I don't think every football player that plays in the NFL is a sociopath. So like there's definitely some context to some of those questions.
Yeah, I think that's where this is for me. Is like I think I look at them in a literal sense. I don't look at them in like logistically. I'm not looking at them like
like real world scenarios.
I read it as it is. To succeed is the only thing that matters, and people who fail aren't my problem.
Right.
And that's for me. I agree.
Okay.
People who fail.
And I that was when I kind of said yes to, like, not always, because I do feel bad.
I never hit completely agree. I'll either somewhat. I've never done like complete no, fuck that.
Right.
Like financial success.
But it does make me mad when people make really stupid choices over and over again, and at that point I'm like, I write you off. Like, that's your problem. It's not my job to fix your issue.
One was like financial success is my top priority, and for me, that's not true. Like I would love it,
Kids
but
matter.
Like
really, to be a sociopath,
happiness,
you have to be willing to really destroy somebody else for your own success. You have to be able to totally disassociate from other people as being human. You have to use them almost as objects to get what you want to be truly sociopathic.
Yeah.
So as long as you're not like, burning someone's house down so you can get some kind of like possession they had that you wanted for free because, I don't know, some random crazy
So thing. I work in restoration, right? And so I burnt this house down because I wanted their TV. No, just
right. It was a little smoke damage, but the damn thing still worked. Let me tell you.
That boat didn't get damaged. I got to keep that.
Yeah, TCL, good job. So, no, I mean, like, that's kind of, I think that's where they were going with that question about, like, someone failing for you to succeed. Like, would you create a scenario to make them fail so that you could, versus, like, a fair game scenario, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so this is where I'm telling you, this is where I read these, and I was thinking in a literal sense, because that's what sometimes I do. Maybe because I'm a sociopath.
That's the real test.
I'm just so literal. A fraudulent scheme can be really impressive if it's clever, pretty much.
Right.
I kind of agree. Like I'll be impressed if even if it comes and gets against me, I'll kudos. That was pretty clever.
I'll be pissed, but damn it, you did it well.
Yeah. No, I'm mad, but at the same time, you know what? You're smart.
Well, we do. I mean, we watch documentaries about these things. We watch TV shows about them. So there is something interesting. Would you justify it because it was, an interesting way to do something or very skillfully done?
Would I justify it for me to do it? I would do that. Is that what you mean? Like in that sense?
Well,
would I go? You know what? I would do that because it was that clever.
Comes to you and says, Jesse, I know how to rob this bank, and it's so clever. And you listen, you're like, that's fucking clever. Would you do it, or would you say, no, it's wrong to do? I wouldn't do that.
I don't know if I don't think I could rob a bank.
Not do that.
I don't think I could rob a bank. No, I'm like, as cool as it would be to rob a bank, I don't think I could rob a bank. You know what I mean?
I would love to be an actor who has to rob a bank for a role, or like a mafia person in a show.
So it's funny you bring that up because me and Alicia just watched The Town today. Not just for the first time. I've seen it 1,000 times. Right. But yeah, they rob a bank and it looks cool.
First time seeing it?
Huh?
Was it her first time seeing it? Okay.
No.
All right.
It was her first time seeing Ben Affleck all buffed out, and she was like, "Oh, I can see why he's Batman."
Yeah.
It's a good.
Right?
Nah, he quit doing that.
What's the guy's name?
Robert Pat.
New Batman.
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah. Robert Pattinson.
If you haven't seen the trailers, watch the trailers. It looks really good.
Yeah,
really good.
I love that when
Paul Dano is in it.
The mafia guy, whatever his name is, Falcone or whatever, is driving away and laughing, and all of a sudden you see his car fly through the fire.
He's like,
and the way he's walking up to the car is Falcone's stuck under
I think my favorite part is when you see Batman just fucking someone up. He's just hitting the shit out of this person. And it's not like
where you only see him when the gun's firing.
You just know you see him on top of this person, just beating the living dog crap out of him. And who are you? And he's like, I'm vengeance. And I was like, shit. I was so hyped.
Yeah, I gotta admit, at first I was like, why do we need these movies again? Because I loved The Dark Knight. Batman Begins. I didn't absolutely love the third. I can't remember the
one with Bane.
The name of the. Yeah,
I Dark Knight Rises.
Love that one as much just because I think The Dark Knight was so epic.
Was it epic because Heath Ledger wasn't around?
What's that?
Was it epic because Heath Ledger?
That's so true.
No, the movie, so his acting was great in it. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big Batman fan. If anybody doesn't believe me, I got tattoos to prove you wrong. But
so true.
But I just always thought, is it epic because he had passed away
because of the death
at that time?
That did add to it.
You know what I mean? It was like one of his last roles,
right as the movie was coming out. Right? I mean, it was as far as timing went.
Well, he wasn't even in one of the last scenes of that movie.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Didn't
they have to I forget how they did it, but they had to cut things together.
Put his face on someone else's body.
That's so nuts.
You did a terrible job. Joker didn't have a beard.
It's just me.
But no.
If they left it up to us the way that we did last week, where we were freaking ghosts, you could see through our body.
So did you turn off the light?
I did. So there's no green light.
The lighting looks really well. Your shirt looks green to me, but
well, it's red. So there you go.
Oh, that's why it looks green to me.
So yeah.
I don't know why me getting closer. Dude, how did we even match?
How do we match?
How the fuck did we end up? I got red, some black.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah.
Some white.
We're in tune. We're in sync. Maybe we should form a band. We'll call it In Sync.
What? I never heard of them.
No.
But no.
Dude, maybe we'll be a K-pop group.
Ooh, girl. I'll get our dance moves on.
No, I got some work. I'm such a bad dancer. I'm
terrible. I remember I went dancing with Blanca. She hated it. Because I suck at dancing, dude.
I do too. I'm really
I like to dance, though. Me and Alicia go dancing.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. We used to go clubbing, but like, it's fun. It's fun to get out there. I think one of the last times I ever went clubbing, no, one of the first times I went clubbing with Alicia when we were still like dating.
Mm-hmm.
Some girl slapped my ass when I was in line to get a drink.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if Alicia remembers this. She's probably gonna kill me now that I'm saying this. There's always something I say in one of the podcasts that she's like, she shakes her head too.
Yeah.
This might be one of those. But yeah, some girl slapped me in the butt, and I remember going up to her, like, some girls just slapped my ass. Like,
yeah.
Like, what the drunk people, man? That's
Drunk
sexual harassment. I do not.
Right.
Me too.
You know what? I think that should cost her a job.
You know what? I'm gonna cancel her credit card or something.
She's canceled. Whoever you are, we'll find you.
We'll find you and I'll destroy you.
Something that
I'm a sociopath
would say.
I know. One of the dumb questions is, anything goes as long as I come out on top to achieve my goals. Or achieve my goals, I should say, not to achieve my goals. So I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean anything goes? Like, murder? I don't think I'll do that. So I somewhat disagree with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of disagreed.
Yeah, I don't completely disagree.
I only partially agreed with that.
I don't, because, like, obviously I'll have a moral compass.
Yeah.
It might not be the same as everyone, but, like.
So you want to hear the.
I'm not gonna like have someone, throw someone under the bus.
A true psychopath does not really feel like that parasympathetic nervous system or whatever you call it. I'll have to look it up later. That makes you have nervous reactions to things. They don't really have that functioning well. So an example was given. When you get pulled over by a police officer, you might, maybe you don't, I don't know, but you kind of get that nervous feeling like, oh shit, is everything okay? Like, I'm not going to go to jail, right? Like,
oh
you
yeah,
can kind of have this like
your heart
reaction
beats
to it.
Go crazy.
They will not have that. They won't have the heart beating. They won't have sweaty palms. They won't get nervous. If anything, they're just annoyed that the police officer pulled them over and now they have to wait. That's all they get.
So
I thought that was crazy.
I had to get to the point where I'm like, not annoyed or anything like that. Like,
yeah.
But I get nervous. Like, your heart beats. My heart goes crazy. I don't look like I'm like scared, but I'm at the same time, I'm like, yeah, here we go. I'm gonna get shot.
See, I don't feel that way.
No,
I'm white.
No, I've never actually felt like I was gonna get shot.
That's good. I'm happy to hear.
But I've always thought something was gonna go happen. I've always had like that fear.
Well, I think that's normal. Like, I've never had a reason. Like, the last time I got pulled over, I was driving to work, but I just had this feeling like, oh shit, oh no.
So, and this is where I think, like, and people might hate me on this one. I do think there's some shitty cops out there, and they do some shitty things to people of color, and they do stuff to, like, stereotypes and stuff. That happens. I believe that does happen.
Sure.
Because they're thinking, oh, this person's gonna try to shoot me or whatever, so they're already thinking that in their head when they're coming up to that car, right? Mm-hmm. But I've always thought, like, there's certain scenarios where it's like, the cop, I don't agree that the cop did this, but I also think the person should have complied, right?
Right.
So I've always been very honest with cops.
Yeah.
To the point where, like, one time I had no insurance or anything. Like, the cop pulled me over. This is in Seattle. I was on Pack Highway, and like up past SeaTac. He pulls me over for like, I was going over a little bit. I wasn't like speeding crazy or anything, but he's like, license, registration, the whole spiel. And I was like,
right.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have my insurance. I don't have insurance. He's like, all right, and he left. I was like, fuck, man, I'm gonna be. Because back then, what they did is, if you didn't have your insurance, they impounded your car. Mm-hmm. They took it, like you were done.
Right.
Well, he comes back and he gives me my ID or my license, and says, you know what? just keep it down. Make sure you get insurance. I'm gonna let you go. Thank you for being honest. I don't get that a lot, and I really appreciate that. Thank you. And then he went on his way.
Yeah.
I was like, whew. It took me 5 minutes to leave, dude. Like I was just like,
right.
But like,
no, it's
like I don't know how many times I've actually used that excuse where I was just straight up honest. Like, no, you know what? I don't have this because there's a point in my life where I couldn't afford insurance.
Right.
So I didn't get insurance, like, because I couldn't afford that.
I think a lot of cops know that. A lot of cops realize sort of the problems that exist out there as far as that goes.
Yeah.
But they do. They get sick and tired of being lied to. I know some cops, and that is one thing that gets them very jaded. Is if you get lied to nonstop every time you interact with people, you do become jaded to them.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You should not become jaded to the point that you murder people.
No.
But you are very right. I mean, I get where all the rage is coming from. There are definitely some cases that are not okay, police shootings, but I do hope that we get back to a place where police officers are able to do their job without fear of going to prison if they have to take an action to keep themselves or other people safe.
Yeah.
I heard a lot of people. There was a
you got a split second really to make a choice.
Well, that's the thing. There's not a lot of, like, we get to watch the video and replay it and think about all these circumstances. And yes, they get trained. And yes, they should make the right choice. And often they do make a choice that's not as irrational as it may seem.
I'm going to throw an 8-ball at your face and see what's your reaction.
Over the summer, do you remember the case? There was like a 16-year-old girl with a knife, and she went to stab another teenage girl, and she was going for it, and the cop shot her. And there was all the talk I heard was he could have shot her hand. He could have shot. The reason that you shoot to kill is if you don't shoot for the largest part of the body, you're probably going to miss. And you're not going to, it's not good to shoot random people. You're going to shoot the one person that's actually a threat to other people.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's what it's all about. So when you're shooting the gun, police are honestly trained. You do not fire the gun unless you're intending to kill the person that you're shooting at. You're not shooting to hurt. You're not shooting to maim. Otherwise, you're going to use your taser. You're going to use a less lethal force. I think if people understood it, and at the same time, like, and I know I am not someone that's dealt with, the racial side of things. So by all means, I know that my opinion is not necessarily right. I just know from the police standpoint, there's some bad cops out there. There are a lot of good ones. And I do fear that we could push this so far that the laws don't apply anymore.
Yeah.
There are some circumstances I see, like in that case, you can't just shoot a knife out of someone's hand. It does not work.
John Wick could.
John Wick could, but there's only one John Wick. We can't send him everywhere all the time. You know what I mean?
Well, that's so funny though. Like how good of a shot would you have to be, really?
To be accurate all the time? Insanely good.
Shoot this out of my hand. Right? Oh shit.
We're gonna do some editing. We're gonna make that. We'll do a little blast on my finger.
That'd be cool. I'm trying, man. I'm working on some of these editing shit.
Yeah.
Eventually, I've already thought about trying to get edited like the weather report when you did that.
Oh yeah. I know, it'd be so much fun. Right?
Yeah. I don't know.
High pressure system.
Some of those short videos I did edited the titles and shit.
Yeah.
I was able to put titles in and like and subscribe. And if anybody out there listening, please subscribe and to all our shit because we're amazing.
Yeah.
We're just amazingly weirdly blended.
You watch a 30-second video, right? Just like it.
Right? You know what sucks? It's the video that I wanted to post on Instagram. I couldn't.
Was it the one that got banned from TikTok?
It is.
No.
It is. So this is my beef. This is my beef.
For that video.
It banned it like instantly.
Really? Like nobody even reviewed it? It just banned it because we said dick?
Probably.
Or what?
But girls can shake their ass to this wet ass pussy
my
song.
My entire feed filled with things that I didn't even sign up for then.
Dude.
Right?
Chicks, yeah, dude. you see half-naked chicks, like, bouncing their tits, doing all this stuff, and that's okay, but
that's fine.
God forbid I want to bite someone's dick off.
If I mention biting dick, that's crossing the line.
Oh, because I'm a cannibal now? I'm not eating it.
That's my American right to bite
blooded. That's the 17th Amendment. I swear to God, it's in the Constitution.
It's in the Constitution. Look at it. It's part of the Second Amendment. God damn it.
As long as you don't bite and swallow, you're okay.
Just make sure you spit.
I don't want to be with you if you're a spitter, though.
Yeah. The Constitution breaks it down, male to female, the way that...
Alicia, when she heard that clip, though, she's like, why? What is wrong with you?
Hysterical, that's why.
I thought it was hilarious.
That was actually, I think, the favorite clip that I have out of everything that we've ever said. We've said some stuff.
I just laughed. The werewolf one and that one made me laugh. I wish
it was awesome.
That werewolf clip's true as shit, though. Like, I can't make that up. Like, I could make it up, I guess, but it's a god honest truth, though.
I just love like how you narrated what was happening for the kids' imagination.
My fingers
are growing.
Dude. Oh, the good old days. The good old days.
I think we know your Halloween costume this upcoming year.
Honestly, a few years ago, that was my Halloween costume.
Nice.
When we lived in Richland,
yeah,
I couldn't think of what to wear. And so we had this werewolf mask and gloves. And so what I did was I took these pair of dress pants that I didn't like anymore. I cut them off at the knee, and then I like ripped them. And so they were like ripped, and so it looked like, like it looked like something a werewolf would wear. I don't know why.
Yeah, like you ripped out of your clothes.
Yeah, that's what I kind of did with them and stuff. So it looks cool. We still have those gloves or something somewhere. Alicia keeps everything, man.
Cool. Now you can actually do a commercial where you're warning all the people from your childhood. You thought it was fake.
You thought I was.
Look at me now. Rawr.
Just this fat ass werewolf running at you.
Just remember, if you piss me off, I'll bite your dick.
Oh yeah. Just fucking don't forget. Fuck with my family, your dick's gone.
Yeah, you kiss that dick goodbye.
Right? Hello, you see that? Gone.
Let me demonstrate what I'll do to your dick.
I know.
I'm gonna ride my mouth and I'll bite it off.
I think that's what cracked me up the most. Is you're like, I'm gonna take your pants off. That's what made me laugh the hardest. Oh, that shit was so funny.
Oh, it was good. I love revisiting.
I know.
Last week's episode. That was funny though. That was really.
I'm glad Blanca found that clip.
She actually was like crying, laughing. She said. Oh,
I think there's.
Well, that said,
I don't know.
I am gonna have to use the restroom.
No, you're good. We've already about a 140 in, so I think it's good to stop.
All right.
We'll see how this goes.
Well, thanks everybody for tuning in to another week.
Thank you guys. Really appreciate everyone's love. Spread it out there. That's the one thing I can always say is just a lot of the stuff we say is what we deal with ourselves and what we, feel and the way we react. So we're not saying this is how everyone is, but this is how we are. And if we can just spread that out and just let everyone know that things are the way things can be good in a relationship and in a blended type family, maybe that gives hope to other people out there. That's the true meaning of what we want to do, really.
That's right.
We're funny though. I mean, if
you're in a rough patch,
and I think what's crazy is this is how we are, not on camera. This is just how we are.
This could just be us talking on the phone.
Yeah, on the phone or at the house while we're playing pool. Which we got to do again. We got to finish that game of darts.
You are right. We will. We'll play an actual game of darts where we only play to the right.
Nah, it's not fun. We'll do 1,002. We'll double it. But all right.
Sounds good, brother.
You have a good one.
All right.
We'll see you guys both. We'll see you live. I'll be there next time.
Yeah, next week is getting none of this 2-screen crap.
Yeah, unless I get sick, which I won't. I'm immune.
We will.
I'm immune to that shit. Because I'm vaccinated. I love that I can hear all this. So porno, man. Shirt just came off.